Hello my friends, Greg Cloudmanzer here again, and in the last video we talked about getting really clear on what your top goal for the day is. In addition to that, a side note, once you get clear about what your goal is for the day, ask yourself the question, what is achieving that goal moving me towards, so that you have some sense of how that fits into your forward progress or your future. So what is that goal or that achievement or that accomplishment actually moving you towards? Sometimes goals are what I call flat for people. They're often sometimes missing a little bit more meaning. One of the ways that we add meaning to the goal is looking at what is achieving that moving you towards. So just keep that in mind as an additional question. What is that meeting that goal? What is achieving this daily goal moving me towards? Okay, in this video I want to get into really creating an action plan for you based on your top goal or your most important goal for the day. So the next question to ask yourself is, what am I willing to do? What am I willing to do today that moves me in the direction of my goal? What action am I willing to take today that's going to move me in the direction of my goal? And then make sure you write that down and get that down on a piece of paper. After you get that down on a piece of paper, what I like to do is ask myself this question as to go deeper and look at my next couple steps. And the next question I ask myself about 4 or 5 times. And I ask myself, now what needs to be done? So once I'm clear about my goal, what my goal is for today, I have a sense of what that's moving me towards, I start creating an action plan. And the action plan is, what action am I willing to take today that moves me in the direction of my goal? And then after that, I ask myself, now what needs to be done? And then I get that down on a piece of paper. And then I ask myself, now what needs to be done? And I get that down on a piece of paper. And then I ask myself, now what needs to be done? And I get that. And I do that about 4 or 5 times. Now when I'm coaching somebody on the phone, I often ask them, now what needs to be done next? Or what needs to be done now? Or they give me an answer and we kind of coach them. And so what's next? What needs to get done next? So the purpose of this question is to make sure that you have at least 3 to 5 action items that are driving you towards your goal for the day, and that you know exactly what those action items are. Okay, so this is really starting where I call where the rubber meets the road, and you're clear on the actions that you're willing to take that are going to move you towards your goal. Okay, so that's really it for the daily focus session. All right, so just to kind of do a bit of a recap here, the very first question is, what is my intention for today? And then just being with that and just seeing what arises. The next question is, what's most important to me now? And getting clarity and really making sure that your heart and your soul are getting fed, and that you're doing the things that really light you up and make you happy, and that you have the ability to distinguish what's really important to you, and some of the other distinctions that we talked about in the earlier videos. The next question is really practices. It's really the developing what I call the who factor. And the question is, what virtues do I want to cultivate today? Not tomorrow, not a year from now, not 10 years from now, but what virtues do I want to cultivate today? Next question is, what vices am I committed to eliminating or getting rid of, or reducing for that matter? The next question is around fundamentals. What are the daily habits that really bring out my very, very best work? What are the daily habits that bring out my very best work? The last question is, or the next question, excuse me, is what's the number one thing I've got to start doing more of? And then the next question is goals. What's the number one goal that I'm working on right now? What's my top goal? What's my top goal right now? And what is that? What is achieving that goal working me towards? So what is achieving that goal working me towards? Either peace of mind, financial stability, honoring one of my values, whatever it is. And then the action plan. What action am I willing to take that moves me in the direction of my goal? So what action am I willing to take that moves me in the direction of my goal? And then the repetition to go deeper in terms of creating your action plan. Now what needs to be done? Now what needs to be done? Now what needs to be done? Okay? So that's really a wrap up on the daily focus session. At the end of the day, which is more of an end of the day practice, I like wrapping my day up with the question, what 3 things went well today? What 3 things went well today? So this starts to exercise the muscle of daily reflection, and it also helps me start to cultivate the virtue of gratitude. So what 3 things went well today? Followed up with the question of why. Why did those things go well? So this is the daily focus session. I do it probably 3 or 4 times a week. I don't do it every day, but it takes a while to kind of get into the groove of it, but I find it very, very powerful. I can go back at the end of each month and kind of look at my daily focus sessions. You know, how did I do? What's working? What's not working? I can sit down with my coach and review it together and get some coaching or some feedback on that. So I find this have found it to be a really very, very helpful for myself, because I could easily get distracted and or even procrastinate things. So I hope you found this process helpful. If so, please leave your comments down below, either on the video comments, or if you're viewing this on my website, please leave your comments below and let me know what your thoughts are. And more importantly, let me know the results that you're creating as a result of the daily focus session. If you'd like to take advantage of a private one-on-one complimentary focus session, feel free to give me a call and we can schedule a time that the 2 of us can go through these questions. Now, as much as going through it on your own will create a tremendous amount of value, it's much like going through a workout with a personal trainer that's really trained in going through this process and listening to many different clues that I'm trained to listen for to help guide you through this process. So if you'd like to take advantage of a no obligation, free daily focus consultation, feel free to contact me and I'd be happy to run you through that. All right, this is Greg Klaumenzer. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you make the daily focus session a regular part of your practices and your fundamentals, and I wish you much success. Thank you.